Hi, guys. It is your host, Brandy, and I am joined here today for episode 2. Is this technically episode 1?
I think it's episode 1. I think the first one will be labeled intro, and then this will be episode 1.
We don't really know what's going to happen.
If you're wondering why we are wearing the same clothes as last time, it is because we have not gone home yet.
We have been here all night.
Yes, but I'm joined here with both of them today, actually, which is great. It's just because they were here for the last one. Yeah, and Brooklyn just said we haven't gone home yet.
10 minutes ago.
maybe 5.
You know, like SpongeBob voice 10 hours later.
SpongeBob voice.
Yes.
Anyways, co-host me, Brittany, and Coco
host me, Brooklyn.
Coco host. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about something. I'm going to give them the choice to talk about it. Did I?
No.
But I like.
But if it's what you put on Instagram earlier, I'm hoping you narrowed it down a little bit. You didn't tell me that till after I already watched it.
I haven't watched it.
I want to be like a little bit more specific. Those were super vague.
I do have more specific.
Oh, okay. Dead in bed last night. Ryder's like,
"Where's your sister at?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? You were eating dinner
I know.
somewhere?"
I like watched the story and I'm like, I don't think that's Brandy.
It was
and I like had to go back and I was like, that is Brandy's story. Where's she at?
I was wondering.
Who that bitch?
He was like, "Where's Brady at?" And I'm like, I don't know. Do I need to go watch it?
And then I was like, oh, that's Sierra. Okay, yeah, that's Brandy.
I went to wine bar with Sierra.
Yeah, well, you didn't inform us.
I don't have to.
You do, though. You always do.
I really don't.
I feel it's fine.
Okay. Anyways, so they told me before we recorded this that they don't really want there to be any prep for this whatsoever, other than like probably what I'm doing, because I'm going to prep behind the scenes. Not what we're saying, but just like topic wise and some.
We just like
points.
To be like raw, like just right off the cuff, you know, just like fresh.
Yeah. I asked you guys on Instagram story. I did some polls to see what you guys wanted us to talk about. You guys submitted a bunch of stuff. Pretty much we can either talk about today dating and relationships, stuff like that. I do have smaller points within that.
Super broad.
Again, I have points. Or business. A lot of them were about business, like women in business, working with family, stuff like that. So what do you guys want to talk about? I was really leaning towards business.
Maybe save the business.
I feel like maybe save the business.
Really?
Maybe we'll save it for when I'm not here.
That might put me to Snoozeville.
Okay, then. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like she'll have more input on the dating and relationships.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Okay.
Today we're going to talk about a lot of things with dating, relationships, and some stuff within that. First off, with relationships, I'm going to read the questions that people gave us.
Okay.
Oh.
And I think that might like stem some conversation to begin with.
Okay. I'm
so
sure.
First question that somebody said was they need help with dealing with jealousy in a relationship.
Ooh.
I felt like this one was really
Dude,
good one.
Don't
really
give
quick.
a shit.
I'm getting really quick.
I'm kind of there. Go ahead.
I wanted to talk about this one mainly because I know that Brittany and Brooklyn are both married and they have so different relationships with their husbands. Like, you guys just have your individual relationships with your husbands are so different than the other. Like,
yeah, but I also feel like this is a great topic because you...
saying this with love. I can't wait.
have a tendency of being jealous in a relationship.
I'm usually in unhealthy relationships.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you and Barb have that same characteristic.
I am
And
my mother's
I don't know
daughter.
if it's like
she's leaving.
she's gonna beat us with a pillow. I don't know if it's like from seeing that, but I tried so hard, like in the beginning of my relationship, like way back when, to just not give a shit. It was something I never wanted to do.
Once I had kids, and once I know what I bring to the pot and the table, I'm like, I'm not jealous.
Then maybe it's good that I'm here for this also.
I feel
because
like trust is a huge thing.
Yeah, I have had jealousy in relationships before.
Not all of yours.
No, not all of them. And I'm going to say that that's a really big thing. My healthy relationships where there was trust and the guys were honest and they didn't lie or anything like that, it was never a problem. And I honestly, I want to make this the bigger part of that. I do not think that it should happen. I think that if you're in a healthy relationship, there shouldn't be jealousy. Yes. And if there is jealousy in your relationship, you probably are not in the right relationship, and it's probably not very healthy. There's also probably something that happened.
Sometimes I will say this. Sometimes I wish I got more jealous. Adds a little bit of like, I don't know.
Some people do that. Like, I've seen it in movies and stuff.
Like, when they
some
go
people role play
yes, I would be
jealousy.
all for that. I'm
Because sometimes jealousy turns people on. So I've never been in a relationship where that was a thing. So I haven't had to worry about that. For
I know,
me,
but maybe
jealousy
it'd be
makes
cool.
me like insecure because I'm like, it's not attractive to me. I don't know why.
That's a good point.
But
I
some
think
people-
that that can also, maybe it's not even so much of the relationship itself. Maybe you just have some insecurities that you're dealing with that you do need to probably work through in a healthy way. And somebody also could have, like, another relationship or somebody in your life could have caused them.
They could have been bringing some baggage in, from
so
something
like
else.
it's okay. Like, insecurities totally happen from stuff throughout your life. Definitely work on it. And how do you work on building, like, if you're insecure?
I don't know. For me, I feel like the jealousy thing is completely stemming in it. Like, it from my perspective, obviously, is 100% like a trust. If there's
that's
jealousy
what-
happening,
that's what I was thinking
it's a
and
trust
how I was
thing.
taking it.
So you need to work on that.
I really don't think there's anything wrong. If you
Not
have a little bit of
necessarily.
jealousy.
Insecurity?
It depends.
No, I don't think it's insecure. I don't think
What
jealousy.
did you say? Oh, jealousy.
I
just
think
didn't hear your
jealousy
word.
could be like, maybe you don't get enough attention and you're jealous when they do. Like, I feel like sometimes if Ryder streams for a living and he entertains all these people, and sometimes when he comes upstairs,
He doesn't entertain you.
It's not even that. It's just
spent.
he is like spent, and I've hung out with the kids all day, and I'm like, hello,
You're
blah, 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 blah. And he's like, hey, Brooke, you're talking. I'm like, yeah. And did you hear this? So I mean, sometimes I feel like I used to, because now I'm just usually so tired at the end of the day too that I'm just like, cool, no talking. Let's go there. But I mean, so I just, I just feel like it's not unhealthy. It's just,
I think it depends on the relationship. It depends on the jealousy. Like,
it depends if you're jealous of like them talking to a girl. I mean, you're totally like that's just not good. If they're just talking to, I mean,
What?
it
What did you
depends
say?
on where the jealousy is stemming from.
It depends
If
on
a
what it's about.
If the jealousy is coming from a trust thing, then it definitely needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
If it is coming from, like, if it's not bothering you and it's not bothering them, and you can both, like, you just like are okay with a little bit of it in the relationship, then that's fine. But if it's coming from a trust thing, you 100% need to fix
I
that,
feel like
because
we
you can't.
established absolutely nothing from
I think
that.
we did.
What do you mean?
I think that we did.
I forgot the rest of my story.
I was hoping your story.
I feel like you finished.
realized.
I feel like you finished it too. What are you talking about?
Because you were like, in the beginning when Ryder first started streaming, there was some jealousy that you felt
You don't have
towards.
to tell the story. I just need to know what the ending was.
I was going to tell it to you. How do I get to the ending
What
without the
was
story?
the ending? It's okay. I just forgot.
You've like grown.
You're more
past that.
tired
now.
You're over being jealous. Like now you're
tired.
like, now you like, it was jealous at first, and now you like worked through it and you realize it's nothing to be jealous about. Like it just takes.
I'm not
sometimes.
even
Listen, I
sure
worked
if
through the
that is jealousy. That's a little
Oh my
bit
gosh!
more.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's
That was
a little
so-
bit more
I
like
was
you
so
just
jealous.
literally need attention.
No, I was just jealous.
Yeah, but the attention needing is.
I don't
it's
care
turning
what
into
gender he was
jealousy.
giving it to.
I
It was just the fact that I was jealous that other people were getting his attention all day, and I missed out on
The
it.
only time that I've had any type of like jealousy like that in my relationship has 100% been attention.
he was giving it to like something else.
Someone. It didn't matter.
I will say. I'm just so happy for this. I'm just kidding. You're bullshit because for some effing reason you still have some issue with like literally one of Shane's exes from like 25 effing years ago, because literally that's how long you guys have been together.
Ew,
but if
do
you
you?
say this one girl's name, like you literally have
Does
a
it start
problem
with
to
a-
this day.
I don't think so. I can't think
I
of
can't
one.
tell what you're doing. No, I don't think so. Just stop. I can't tell what you're doing.
I mean, I can't think of that. Maybe it's not.
I know. I think that you've got
Maybe
past
it's not
it,
a
though.
jealous thing. Maybe it's just like a hurt thing. Maybe I was hurt by that person or that situation, and it just like hurts to like bring it up and remind myself, like, oh, I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, but you
again.
literally get pissy like every single time
Well, I don't know that
anything
that's
comes up with it.
necessarily
It
a
doesn't even come up very
jealousy
often.
thing.
It could literally be like once every 5 years her name comes up.
I don't think it's a jealousy thing though. Maybe it was just like a hurt
It's more like
thing.
I think it's a jealousy thing.
no, I think
I-
she's
just
like,
like
I
a-
think she's
just being
gagging.
around you and it
Gagging me,
nope, I don't
thinking
think so.
about it,
I don't
like,
think
makes
so.
me
Brittany,
want to vomit.
I think you're just vomiting. And
I
you're
know. That's what I think. I just like hairball.
not.
Yeah, like
What face? Yeah. That's what I think it is. Okay, let's go. What's the next
Do you have
question?
like sometimes maybe it's like that, like a smell? You like smell something and it like immediately takes you back to a place and a feeling and like overcomes all of your senses. You're like, oh my gosh, I could just literally crawl out of my skin right now because it's like bringing it all back. Maybe that's what the name does to me.
Gosh, a smell was following me around the other day, but it turned out it was me. It wasn't stinky. It was just I forgot I didn't like the smell. And I smelled it.
Oh,
I've
like
done that
tanner smell on your
before.
body or
Yes.
something.
I've written right
That'll
upstairs.
make-
Okay,
We're getting off topic. Yeah, we are. Okay. This one is, I don't know what you guys are going to have to say. They both only dated like one person and they ended up marrying them. Brittany
Pretty
maybe
much.
dated like one other person.
Not like serious
Yeah.
stuff, really.
Hairball. That's not the person, actually. That's not. It's a girl.
I know that.
Oh, I thought that's Barb was saying.
No,
Sorry.
she was saying she's having her own hairball.
Okay, either way. The next one is the one ex you just can't get over because ew. That's what they said. I was a little confused with the ew part, but I will say that once I have broken up with a person, I don't care how freaking attracted I am to them. Once I break up to them, I feel like everybody does this. They're always like, ew, why was I ever attracted to that person?
I can't. I can't
No, not yet.
understand it necessarily.
What?
I don't understand the question. Like,
For some reason,
why are
she
they not
can't
able to get over them if they already think they're ooh?
I mean, it
only takes one ooh for me, and I'm like, ooh.
maybe it's not like a complete ooh for her. I will say, like, looking back on my last ex,
Do you think that's for sure what she means?
I'm assuming.
Or she's like, ooh,
Oh.
No, it's spelled like EWW.
Oh.
ooh.
And
Or do
it's
you think
ew.
she's like, ooh, that she can't get over them?
Maybe that? It could be a lot of things. We're unsure on the ooh part. But
gonna need you to specify in your questions a little bit
on
more.
the one ex that you
Yeah,
can't get
okay.
over. I'm assuming that
This is
probably
gonna have to be you.
could be like, he broke up with her, or like cheated on her or
Maybe.
something, or she had to break up with him because it's like the better thing for
Yeah.
her. I feel like I've been there,
Would
girlfriend.
be like harder to get over someone if that was a circumstance.
Girl, know your worth.
Yes.
Add some, and move the fuck on.
That's from Brooklyn. She's never dated anybody else.
I'm just saying. I feel
I
like
do think that you and Ryder broke up for like what, a couple weeks or something.
we were actually talking about that in stream last night, and I was like,
How funny.
but
She was doing the hairball. Just know every time we refer to a hairball, that's what we're going to be talking
Yes.
about. It's going to be an inside joke.
I mean, I don't feel like in that sense I have to have an ex to feel like I'm at the point in my life. I
Yeah.
know my worth.
But
My ass
wait,
is a little
wait.
fat right now.
No, with that,
but I
I'm
know
just
my worth.
saying, with that, we were with her. We were with her during that breakup time.
I
You
was
were
in
like,
high school.
okay, cool.
I feel like that
You
doesn't-
still
that
were
doesn't
not
count.
over him at all, and you went out with like one person. And I think you cried,
I
like
did.
literally on the date.
I did.
He tried to kiss her or something, and she like started crying.
did.
So like
funny.
maybe Brooklyn, like, not that, I mean, they did get back together. I get it, whatever. But like, it could be the same situation. She couldn't get over him. She didn't want to get over him. She ended up marrying him. So obviously she didn't need to get over him, whatever.
Who, the girl did?
You.
Oh, yes.
Oh
I thought
my
this girl finished her story. Either way, I don't feel like I had to be in a million relationships to know at the end of the day, I have a daughter now, and I'm going to tell that daughter, girl,
gonna tell that
know,
bitch.
know your worth and add some. Just quit being hung up. I just, at the end, I don't know what people like. Move on.
Yeah.
Move on. You could die tomorrow.
Yeah.
Quit thinking about the dipshit who broke up with you, because guess what? You're better off.
Yeah. And even if you broke up with him because you needed to, for like, it was a bad relationship or something like that, or maybe they were just a toxic person, the same goes for that. If what Brooklyn's saying, like, you're better off.
And if you still are having trouble, make a list of all the stupid, horrible shit that they did
yeah.
that really pisses you off.
The
How'd it
whole
work
like
for you?
X list. What?
And
Did
keep
work
it,
for you?
no.
keep it
I
on
still
your
work on
phone or in your car or beside your bed or whatever. And whenever you start thinking about them, go read it, and then you'll be like,
Yeah.
just like
So-
legitimate shit that like makes you want to vomit. And then you'll just like
Makes
start
you
getting the
wanna
vomit in your mouth every time you think about him. And then you'll end up me
The
hairball.
with a hairball.
20 years later. No, I'm just kidding. I would say, because I have dated a lot of people.
Bringing in the ho-host.
Yeah. I will say, I've never been broken up with, though.
Oh.
What?
You haven't, but I'm just laughing about it.
But I've left.
Because I leave if I feel it's like coming. Because I will not be broken up with.
Bullshit. But I have left 3 relationships because they were just like bad people. I liked them a lot. A lot. But they were like toxic people.
And those ones, you just gotta run.
Yeah, honestly, it's freaking hard sometimes when you like them and you need to leave because they're like a toxic person or like they, I don't know, maybe
Are incapable of a healthy relationship.
yeah, maybe they're like not, emotionally available or like all kinds of things. If you just
I feel like
left
your
a
hair's doing a weird poof thing right
Really?
here. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it's really
It like became into a one big
Oh,
George
yeah.
Washington roll.
what?
like you just got out
Oh,
of
that's
the,
better,
You
I
just
think.
came up from underwater.
Underwater.
Come on.
Oh, and you're like slipping up and it's like this big old
I actually know exactly what you're talking about now that you say it. I feel like if
You
we,
fixed it though.
I feel like I might, if we're ever showing this on like social media, I'm gonna have to put a reference photo of what she's talking about.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go create it for me. She's gonna do it in the bathtub for us later tonight, guys. Actually, if you got in the bathtub later tonight, you'd probably drown because
Yeah,
you're so
you're so
tired,
tired.
and you would fall asleep.
Probably.
She would literally fall asleep. But yeah, honestly, I think the biggest thing is probably just time. It's gonna take freaking time, and just focus on other things, literally, like yourself.
Find
or like
you,
friends,
find God.
or work out. Literally, something like that. Okay, let's move on. I should have really taken this pin off here because it's like hard.
I can like hold it and
Nah,
like
that's-
throw it
here,
for
I'll
you
take
like
it
a
off right
boomerang.
Okay.
Barb in the forehead. Like
Honestly,
that shoe.
some of the other ones were like how to get through a breakup. So it's a little bit more.
kind of covered that one.
Honestly, I don't know. I wanted to ask you guys
Okay.
like some things with it.
How
What
do you
was
guys
it?
just said?
What?
It's going to take time. That's how to get over. Hang out with friends. Find God.
Okay, but like
Your
breakup
best friend.
activities that help. So like a breakup movie.
Unfortunately for me, anything like that, which I haven't really dealt
What
with,
about
like
like breakup
horrible.
from friend relationships?
Oh, girl, I got a lot of them. Let me tell you.
Had.
Guess what? You better off.
And listen, that hurts sometimes.
Listen, okay, so now we're
Okay,
talking.
I didn't
Now
even think
they
about
can
that.
reference it because they've had a lot of friend breakups.
Yeah.
Both of you.
For me, I feel like the biggest issue that is like keeps me from being able to get over the situation is the lack of closure.
This is okay. So if you're listening to this and you're wanting more information on like dating breakups, they're referencing friend relationship breakups.
Yes.
It's the exact same thing. Because
I mean, it's kind of the same
that
thing.
can get you. Like
Yeah.
literally that can freaking get you. And in so many relationships, especially unhealthy ones, you don't ever get closure. Even
But
if
I
you're
thought
the one that breaks up with
relationships
them.
were healthy.
Maybe they thought you were the toxic
Brittany's
one.
problem is she's a way better friend than they are to her.
That is definitely a
That's in
character
every
flaw
aspect of your
mine.
life. You're always nicer and
She's
better
gonna
friend
knit
to
them
people.
like 24 crochet things and plan their whole wedding and baby shower and like cook for them and do all of their hair and makeup
Basically,
for
birth your
everything.
first child
Yeah.
for you.
And
She
they
will,
just like show up to the party
with
probably
another friend.
with cold food that they pulled out of the freezer probably.
Late. Wearing the wrong outfit.
So like that's pretty strange. Honestly, listen,
wearing matching outfits with the
Listen.
other friend.
I was in one relationship and it pretty much was kind of like that. Like the end was coming and I could feel it and I just broke up with them. But it was because I was so much more than they were.
Yeah.
I was like so much more successful. I had all of my shit together. I was just like a way better person. I was happy and like had friends and close family. Like I had all of my things and they literally pretty much had nothing. Like nothing. And I think that it literally made them feel less than or inadequate or maybe let's just like realize.
I mean, did you tell them how amazing you were like you're telling us
No.
right now? Because that could have been a part
I'm
of it.
just painting the
because
picture.
this is me, so heavy. I have so many
I am
things.
so good. And all of my Instagram
And
pillars
you-
are fabulous.
You suck.
No, it was nothing like that. I don't ever make someone that
know,
I'm
we
with.
know.
I'm kidding.
Okay. Anyways,
We just had laughs for a few minutes, and
But
I need
I-
to lighten the mood a little
but
bit.
I will say that like I could tell that they were probably going to do it because they were feeling inadequate. They were feeling like
I mean,
they weren't coming to the table with as much, and it was hard to like probably keep showing up. Maybe you have a blanket.
It is
But I'm
cold. I'm about to put my
cold.
puff vest on.
Yeah,
Go
my
for it.
toes are cold.
So that I don't
try and
know.
hide them in Brooklyn's.
There has
vagina,
definitely
but-
been some friend breakups that like we've all had as like a group friend, and even other people in our friend group, we're friends with them too, and like they kind of just like dipped out, and we're like randomly someone in the friend group will still bring up and be like, what the freak happened with
the
that
closure is
person?
not there. You know,
All of my friend breakups were in high school, and
I'm
they
sure
were
you had
stupid, and
closure.
I don't know.
you
I feel
knew why you broke up.
I feel like you kind of recently had a little bit of a friend breakup where they didn't really break up with you. They just kind of like stopped talking to you.
They ghosted you.
Yeah,
I don't know
but
what she's
How did
talking
you
about.
feel about it? Oh, you just didn't care?
Once again, I'm
I
at
mean,
the
you
point in my
talked about
life.
it. You literally talked about it a couple
the thing
times.
of it is I feel like I'm a good friend
Yeah.
and I'm nice.
And I'm sure she
And-
feels like it takes a lot more sometimes for us because, you know, lives are busy and we have
I don't know if
kids.
you were really that good of a friend to this person. I don't mean like that.
You
It's
were
just
only
like,
showing up like 50% in the relationship.
maybe even less because you have kids and like you don't
I
really do
don't
much
know.
with people anymore.
I don't know. I don't know that that was really like.
At the end of the
friend.
day,
It
True
really
friend
could have been one of
breakup.
those things that like,
I think
and this sounds bad, but
that's just like
honestly,
a
like
growing
someone
apart
gets pregnant
situation.
and like I unfollow them.
Yeah, I
Not
know
my
you do
close
that.
friends or anything like
That's
that.
a character flaw of yours.
I just don't. Everything becomes, and that's fine. I mean, I get it. Your whole life is changing,
That's
but like
for me
mine's
when
not.
people get engaged.
Oh yeah, that too.
I would much rather someone be pregnant.
I've probably stopped being
but
friends
as
with
soon as
people
they
over
get
that, too.
engaged,
Everything,
all the conversations are going to be about our
becomes it,
wedding.
and everything talks about it. They're fully consumed by it, and I'm like, can we just talk about like Saturday?
Anything.
Like, yeah, literally anything
you know
else.
what? Let them have that.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I take it. I listen
but
to
like,
it.
I just don't want to listen to it like all the time.
I will.
I mean, if
say-
you're in my close friend group, now remember, I will be planning it all for you and helping
She
you
will
do
have
all of
already
it.
had it planned
Yeah.
for you before you
But
even
I'm just
knew
saying,
you were
like-
engaged.
Yeah.
Like just like acquaintance.
But like a friend getting pregnant is like, I haven't seen Courtney's baby still. Like that's a bad friend of me.
Any of them? I mean,
Like
either
no,
of them. you ever-
Harlow was here
Yeah,
one
that's
day and
true.
I saw him. No, I've not seen either of them, and that is a bad friend of me. But like, I really just don't care about kids. If it was a new puppy, I might have gone.
No, I feel like if she lived closer, you definitely would have made
If
it a
she
point.
lives closer, heck yeah. But like, I just really don't. I'm like,
You hang out with us and you say, I don't like kids.
Yeah, you're like, are your kids going to be
And
there?
they're your
And
own
they're
blood.
your-
I don't say
relatives.
that. I'm just literally like, do we have to bring the kids? Are the kids coming? Like, can we just have a kid-free night? Like, okay.
What were we talking about?
Every night for
Anyway.
Brandy is kid-free night, though. is the
Okay.
part where I'm confused.
Okay.
It was the like getting over relationships. That's what the like subject started.
Somebody wants to know how long to stay without a ring.
Ooh,
I have a 2-year rule.
good thing I didn't follow that. Well, we got together when we were really young.
Yeah.
Because we were together for 6 years before we got engaged.
Both of them did get
but
together.
I did give him a little bit of an ultimatum, and I was like, if it doesn't happen soon, buddy.
Hey, Barb.
Once again, my husband knew my worth.
And her ass wasn't fat then.
No, this is really skinny then. They were both really young when they got together, though. I will say, like, Ryder proposed to you, though, as soon as you guys turned, like, 8. It was, like, almost awkward. They were so young that he asked Dad for
How old were
permission.
you?
They were 21 when they got married.
Were you 21?
2017. We got engaged young, married young.
I was 22, and I didn't feel like that was that young.
I think it's super young. I'm 28 and I'm not ready yet.
That was so young. I'm going to be busting out kids when I'm like 42.
No, I want to be done, having some boobies.
Okay, anyways. Yeah, I have a 2-year rule.
I mean, I feel like it depends on where you're at in your relationship.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, if you have been together and you feel like you're in that place and your life is, yes, I mean, like, it's irresponsible to expect it. I feel like if you're not in a responsible place yet, if you're like still trying to get your like careers down, or you're still in school, or like, you know, you're in different places, then maybe they have like all these other things in their mind and they just like want to get to that point.
I feel like most time when I've heard people like guys talking about it, because that's usually what my friends are, is guys. I feel like mostly I'm friends with like writers. Like I'm always around guys, because
Yeah.
most of the time girls are shitty most of the time. So
this is a girl support girl. She doesn't mean that like all
No,
girls
I don't
are.
mean all girls. It's just any girl I've ever been friends with.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
She's saying in general, it's harder for her to make friends with girls.
So
Which, I mean, I'm not sure you'll find a girl that doesn't tell you that.
Yeah, that's honestly, we should do like a whole freaking episode on making friends as an adult, how hard it is.
But
Because I
most
hear
of
it from
the
so
time, the
many people.
guys are like, well, I wanted to get to this before I did that.
they have
Or,
like a goal.
I want to, you know what I mean? So
And
it's,
girls are more just like, they just want to get
love.
married.
I
And they
don't
like,
understand the whole be to a point in my life. And I will say I had a friend that like waited very long.
but maybe they
I
can't
felt like
afford a ring.
too freaking long. I don't care. Get a smaller ring and then plan to get another one. I think it's more of like the sentiment and the promise and like the love and all of that stuff that matters. Like if you have to have a huge ring when you get engaged, then yeah, maybe you have to wait till you're at a financial place in life. But if it's just like the sentiment of it and like the meaning behind it and the love and the commitment, yeah, that's a really good word. I was looking for that. If it's just that, get a small ring. Just get
But it's
a
not the
small
girl
ring and still
picking that.
promote.
This is a girl thing. So my opinion is maybe just be on the same page. If you really feel like
Communication
we've
would
been
be good.
together for 3
100%.
years and you're not get engaged yet, just say, listen, I love you. I'm here. Are you not? Or do you feel like you will ever be with me? And maybe that's the talk you need to have. Because
definitely.
sometimes I feel like you hear people say that and then they're like, do we need to
we
get
wanna
married?
yeah.
You want to get married? Like, I just feel like it's, you
Or
just
they
gotta
could
be on the same page.
they could keep using that as an excuse.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people I've heard. They're like, oh, I paid for them to get through this, or I supported us through this. And we were supposed to get married like once they got through school and they got their job or something, and then they broke up with them. So like, why didn't you have a commitment going into that?
I mean, just if you're so madly in love, I feel like when the time is right, they will do it.
And like, don't freaking nag and like be so like, I've also seen that so many times where like the girl just won't give it up. And she's like constantly mentioning things about it and constantly talking shit about her friends. Like when he's around, so he's hearing it. And she's like constantly sending pictures and like dropping all these hints. Like sometimes guys just want to be able to like plan it and make it a surprise. And they just want you to leave them the fuck alone about it so that they can make it their thing. Like you want it and they want to make it special, but you just like keep bringing it up. Yeah.
So then the next time he'll do it in the bathroom, or I don't know
it just
where
like
he
takes
randomly do
the
it.
special out of it. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm just like saying, like, if you just maybe if you keep nagging or like
Yeah,
stuff like
just
that,
like-
he'll just be like, "Well, here's the ring. I had it hidden."
Make sure.
You know what I mean? Like
make sure that you're on the same page
that's
with
I
marriage
feel like just communication.
and that it is something 100% that you both want. But you should honestly make sure that going into the relationship in the beginning, because there's no point in wasting your time with a relationship if you know that they don't want to get married and you do.
I think the
Pointless.
key to that is definitely just, and to wrap it all up, communication, beginning of your relationship, about expectations and goals that you want in life, like relationship wise, and then also communication throughout the relationship. Honestly, if you don't have good communication in your relationship, or like you personally need to work on good communication, that's just something you need to work on, and you need to like really try and have it, because it's going to give you so much more clarity in life in general. And I hate when people are like that in general, whether it can be my employees or friends or relationships. I hate when people like just kind of beat around the bush or like act weird because they're like gonna quit or like gonna break up. Like literally, there's just no point to it. I feel like if everybody just was more blunt and just like said how they're feeling or what they're thinking before it turned into a problem or something, it'd be so much easier. So
I mean, I will say that the few times that like me and Shane have had any type of like rough patches and like our biggest struggles in marriage that we've had have all been communication.
Oh, I feel like anybody's saying.
The situation could have been more quickly resolved. It wouldn't have been as big. It maybe have not been a problem at all had we communicated with each other. But instead, one of us or both of us just like didn't talk about it or was like, it'll go away. It didn't go away. It just kept becoming a bigger problem.
cheating or being cheated on, I'm more being cheated on and then being mad at the wrong person. I feel like this happens all the freaking time. You'll get cheated on and then you stay dating the person and you're so mad at the other person, like the one that you weren't dating. This
I
happens.
feel like a few things kind of weigh in on that.
One, I just think I take it down to the simplest freaking things.
Mm-hmm.
That person, like, let's just say you're obviously a girl. This is a Girl Support Girls
Yes.
podcast, so this is a girl if you're listening to this, probably.
Most likely.
If it's not, just reverse it, vice versa. The same things apply.
Use your imagination.
Yeah. So let's say you're a girl and you get cheated on, your boyfriend cheats on you with another girl. It could be another guy, but we're just still sticking with this scenario. you decide to stay with this guy and you forgive this guy and then you hate the other girl. You literally hate her. One, there is a very large freaking chance that she didn't even freaking know he had a girlfriend.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of things play into this because a lot of times when the cheating happens, it's someone that was close with the couple, like both of them.
So yeah, if it is your friend or something, then I understand that. But if you're going to forgive your boyfriend, you should forgive your friend too.
I mean, I feel like if forgiveness is happening, it's like, and it
Forgive
kind
the
of
person you're not dating.
how the other person is, dealing with the situation. They could be handling it horribly.
Like they're catty about it?
If they're like, bitch,
100%.
yeah, I slept with him.
Okay, well, obviously...
But if
the person is like, if there's everybody's sorry or something like that, which usually people are pretty sorry. Either way,
that
I
goes
don't
into
think
if you forgive the person, if you forgive the guy, you forgive the guy, forgive him. And if you want to forgive the girl, forgive the girl.
If you hate them both still, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Just don't forgive the guy and hate the girl still.
I mean,
that doesn't
I
make sense
truly
to me.
wouldn't spend any of your life hating anybody.
No, I wouldn't do that either. I would just move on and forget that they ever existed.
Yeah.
Let them. But I just feel like
don't kill them.
Don't be that song where you're like, I killed my ex and his new girlfriend too, or something like that.
If you had like no relationship with
it, we understand.
If you had no relationship with the other person, then absolutely, they have no impact on you. Like, don't waste any second on them. It becomes completely about you and the person that you were in the relationship with.
I can tell you firsthand, it is, I mean, again, I've dated a lot of people and I've gone out with a lot of people and I'm 28, so that's not that bad. But it has literally happened to me 3 times.
She's making herself feel better.
Not cheated on. That literally I found out that they were either married or had girlfriends and didn't tell me. The one, luckily, I even asked around.
One, you figured out before anything happened.
Oh yeah, like literally we had just like been talking a little bit. Like we met, like we did meet in person. So maybe if I met him like on a dating app I did meet one on a dating app and he had a freaking girlfriend.
I don't remember any of this.
Okay, either way, I met this guy. I met this guy in person. I did ask around about him and everything after the fact. Another guy who even knew him.
Oh, I remember.
He was like, I literally
collaborated for him, like said yes.
Because I literally like looked him up on social media and like he didn't have like an Instagram. This is a while ago. He didn't have an Instagram and he's like probably like 35-ish or something.
Who got time for that?
Either way, he had like a Facebook, but like not a lot of stuff was on it. But there was a picture with a girl and kids, but like it wasn't like it didn't look like very much.
He had
like
family?
a mother freaking family. And this person that I freaking asked, I swear on my life, he was like, that's his sister and her kids. And I'm like, did you straight lie to my face?
They're a tag team.
Bro code.
I'm like, did you lie to my face too, or did you not know? Maybe he lies to everybody.
No.
I mean, it could happen. I really don't know. Either way,
I know of a couple people that I can think of that I would like, there is no way that person lives double lives like that without having like, bros in his corner. Or he legitimately lies to everyone.
Maybe.
So
I
that
don't
he doesn't
know.
even know what the truth is.
I mean, I don't know. Either way, as soon as I found it out, though, I was like, absolutely not. And then he literally started talking to another girl.
That's wild.
Like that I knew.
Bamboozled.
That's what,
Then they ended up both leaving.
You're getting that look in your eyes again, girl.
I'm about there, girls.
But listen, I met another guy on a dating app. This was a while ago, too. He ended up having a girlfriend. Why in a million years would I think that you had a girlfriend? You were on a dating app.
I was almost like, they should definitely ask you that when you start the questionnaire. No. But like, I'm sure they probably do. You probably answered single.
So like,
single and free to mingle.
Okay, either way. So I feel like my main point with that was just like, make sure that your feelings, whatever they are, maybe hatred, anger, not forgiveness,
are aimed towards the right person.
Yeah, or
I get that.
The person, mainly the person who actually owed you something.
Yeah,
because you're
the one
in a
who made a commitment to you.
Yeah, they're the ones that they're committed to you, whether they're married or dating. They're the ones dating you. Like, they're the only ones that owe you anything, not the other girl that you were not in a relationship with. And there's a really big chance that it was also duped. So
there is a chance. I wouldn't have thought really about that very much, but
yeah,
they don't ever show you that in the movies.
What?
Or the TV shows. She's always like a petty bitch that's like your best friend.
That's horrible. That's on another level.
Yeah.
That one would hurt to my core.
Oh.
That one would maybe hurt more
100%.
for the best friends, and I would feel hurt from the man. What do you think about that
I don't
one?
know.
You have like an intimate
In high
relationship with both, so
had
I
a
don't know.
Best friend. I was friends with her in like middle school. We were like best friends. And I started dating Ryder. Well, little did I know that my best friend like was madly, secretly in love with Ryder.
Ooh. Sometimes I
But
feel like
he
you can't
felt
help
like
that
uncomfortable
though.
because he didn't want to tell me that
Did
she
he know
always,
that she loved him?
like she would always like hit on him, try and flirt with him, and try and like legit try to be with him and stuff. But he always thought she was more of my friend, like that he didn't want to say anything. But then once I wasn't friends with her, he said, she was always a bitch.
Oh.
That's a hard one.
But actually, it was her best friend who told me when we were all still friends.
Stuff like that does happen. That's freaking horrible.
Yeah, I mean, like, but then you like think you can't really help who you love. So like the fact you can't be mad just at the fact that she was in love with him.
She was in love with him. She was sneaky and just tried to be
yeah,
him.
obviously she handled it badly, but like that's a tough place to be in if you like develop a relationship for someone that your friend is in a relationship with.
I think you just have to swallow it.
Yeah, you do.
Stomp it
You
down.
can't act on it.
No.
Absolutely.
There was a movie about that.
Oh yeah, there were several movies about that.
Yeah. It was a
It
pretty
was
good
a
movie.
one-way kind of thing.
Yeah, obviously.
yeah.
And then she just made this up in her head that she would
It was
like
a
him.
Lifetime
maybe?
movie.
Yeah.
She ended up
Little bit.
murdering somebody.
Oh, the movie you're talking about.
No, I'm not. I'm
This
just
is
saying
not a
because of
movie.
Brooklyn's scenario.
On the 3 different pages.
It's okay. It's okay. Is there anything else you guys want to add to this
On
about
that?
relationships or anything?
Oh, just
you
like
can
the
think-
whole broad thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Communication. Just communicate.
Yeah, communication is huge.
I don't care if you've been married for 1 year. I don't care if you've been dating for a month or married for 30
Yeah.
years. Communicate. If you
And I
want
mean-
a successful relationship, have communication. Whether
I-
it's a friend, boyfriend,
I will say I am
parent.
awesome at communication. I'm freaking awesome at it, and it does not mean
Really?
really?
Really? In back in the audience, could you tell me
in a
last
relationship.
week did she storm out? Yeah, okay. Just want to
Oh my gosh, in a relationship, I am really good at communication. You guys can just shut it.
That's what she did. You were like, I'm ready.
I don't know.
They're
I
so
don't know
fun.
about that.
Okay, either way.
Oh, she dissed it.
I was gonna say something and I forget what it was.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I was like trying to wait because you wanted, finish the whole thing. What was I gonna say? Maybe it'll come to me.
Okay, what was your last name, Brandy? Is that it?
What?
What's that? Is there is there more questions?
Oh, I know what it was.
Wow, we're back.
It was that like something as simple as like talking that stuff out in the beginning of a relationship that I told you. And I told you that me and Shane had been together for like so long. Okay. And that we got together in high school when it was just like totally fun. Didn't think it was going to be like, forever then, obviously. But things that we talked about then played a huge role in like our relationship. Now I'll give you an example. Before we were
examples.
Yeah. Before we were engaged, before we were married, anything like that. Like just, I'm talking kids talking. Okay. The beginning of a relationship, we talked about having kids. I 100% wanted to have kids. He had zero interest in having kids.
He still
Okay.
He still has
he
no
will
interest
still
in
tell you
having
that.
kids.
Like he, but no,
It shows.
obviously
I'm
he doesn't
kidding.
regret
I'm
our
kidding.
kids at all.
No.
But I'm just saying, even in the beginning of a relationship, completely honest, both of us going in, like, I want kids, several of them. One's not going to do it for me. I hate like the situation of having one child because I feel so badly for that one child. The relationship I have with my sisters is like unmatched and I can't imagine not having them.
I can
so
imagine
I
it.
knew
I'm just kidding.
I knew going in, like I was not okay with that either. Okay. It couldn't just be a, we'll have one kid thing. No.
I could totally have
So
one kid.
as kids, we made a compromise because I said, I will not like continue this relationship if I know that you never want to have kids and you're not budging on that because I'm 100% going to have them. I should have specified a few things going in and like let it in the contract.
In this contract
Yes.
that didn't exist.
I should have made it very specific in a couple areas, but we compromised and we said then we agreed 2 kids because I wanted several.
What would you have added to this contract?
And he wanted none. So we ended with 2. And that's exactly what we had. And he
came to the table with 0. I came to the table with 2. We left with 2.
I
We
came
have
with
2.
like 3 or 4. And like
Which
thinking
is
back now, I'm like,
hilarious. Yeah, like that would have never happened.
but it just is so funny that like, and we even talked about like after we had Lincoln and it had been a couple years, and I was like finally thinking like, okay, I'm ready to have another kid. He was still like, are you sure we need to? Because I really don't, like, I'm done. I just don't want another one unless you're absolutely holding me to that bargain. And there was no
It was
arguing.
a contract that
It
you
was
were
a contract.
unaware of.
He knew, he 100% made that agreement with us, and we stuck to it. There's no arguing. There's no fighting. Like,
She'll leave you
it's
today.
a thing. We agree.
Okay, I do want to add one thing. I've been in unhealthy relationships. I've been in exciting relationships. I've been in healthy ones. I've been in ones where literally never in a million years do you think that they'd ever look at another woman or lie or anything like that. If you happen to be in one of those unhealthy relationships or one that's like exciting and they're like hot and cold or whatever the frick is happening, what?
Seek help. Is that what you're saying?
No, just get out. Go for the healthy ones. They're the goal. Trust me. I've been through them all the kinds.
So you're like, if you're thinking, I think I just need to stick it out and make this work. Like, I need to try harder.
Or that you can like keep doing it. Like maybe it's worth staying for like the good times. Some of the questions just were like when to leave, who's toxic, stuff like that. So I just wanted to cover that really quick. I'm sure maybe we'll have a different episode on it, but just to cover all those, or maybe if you're needing an answer right now, it's just not freaking worth it.
Also,
It's
if
not
you're
going to
not
get
even
better.
married yet, and it's not sunshine and butterflies every freaking day,
They tell me this all the
Walk.
time.
man.
You gave me a really bleak look just then.
I'm
So,
just
like,
saying, like, it is absolute fact. If you aren't even married, you don't have all the extra stressors of life and everything that marriage brings and bills and
And you
agreeing on
constantly
all this
fight,
shit, and you're
just-
already having problems.
I want to add something that I have learned, and I'm never going back on it again, ever. Every relationship that ended badly or was a bad person or something happened early on that gave me a red flag,
And you
someone else convinced me to give them a chance. Because I was done. Usually Barbara dad. Or maybe I can't even think of every.
They just want you married off.
Barb's literally flipping me off. But literally, I can think back to something that happened very early on. And
I know we talked about that, and I like couldn't. It was
a
hard for
couple
me to
ones that I'm like,
remember.
I should have left immediately. I should have been done. And I literally
Yeah.
said I was done. I was like, no, I don't want
think
anything
it's
else to do
because,
with
like,
them.
We try and live like by giving people the benefit of the doubt most of the time. And we like try and, because sometimes you're like harsh to judge when it comes to things like that. Like, you burn me, I'm done. Like, it doesn't take much
I think
for
I
you.
should be like that.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
maybe in
I
a
should.
relationship, yes. But like
I think I should be like that in freaking anything.
you're like that though in every aspect of your life. So I feel like sometimes it's hard to like for you to get lasting relationships. So I want to like try and influence you or like persuade you to be a little bit more, give the people the benefit of the doubt. So I mean, I could even be responsible for a couple of those things.
Yeah, probably.
When you're like, you do one thing to piss me off and I'm freaking done with you.
It's not even something to piss you off. Just something that gives you maybe like a weird vibe, or maybe like gives you a disrespectful vibe, or
I know what you're talking about.
literally just so many things. If you get a feeling like I'm not sure about this person, or they just did something that made me not feel, I don't know, good or anything like that.
Negatively at all.
Yeah, negatively at all. If it's literally listen to it. I literally
trust
listen
your
and don't
intuition.
listen to anybody else. There's like that little voice inside of you. Motherfucking listen to her.
It's God, usually.
It's apparent. It's your gut, and she's your
Do
second
you know
brain.
it actually is your gut?
It literally is your gut, and they call it your second
Legit,
brain.
your gut. Your
Yeah.
gut is your
But literally, if it happens, I'm just telling you, I have learned it from experience. I'm not going to cry. I just like
They call
swallowed
it like
weirdly.
they really call it your gut.
I'm not
feeling. It's
getting
your gut.
choked up.
Yeah, I'm not. I just want you to know, learn from my mistakes. I wish so much I would have just dropped every single one of them when it happened, and I did not listen to the people who were like, maybe give them a chance. Maybe they're just trying to be this, or maybe like whatever. No, not maybe anything. Done. Mother freaking done. Just do it. Literally.
Got it. Get it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. We're going to wrap up this episode, and we are so freaking happy. I hope that this
exciting.
answered some of you guys' questions, gave you some more insight, experience,
We won't do the
examples.
next one at 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
They don't know what time it is.
I mean, they can tell by the look on Brooklyn's face what time it is. She basically has like a clock making this eyeball close. In reality, that's true. Sometimes I call her at nap time and I'm like, you were just sleeping. She sounds like a zombie. Hello. Because she doesn't want to wake up too much because she'll like lose the zone. I know what you're
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
I know it exactly.
That's me in the morning.
And you're like, do you need something really fast? Because I like to do too. And you're like, okay, bye.
not a baby, it's a boy.
Yeah. I'm in a drunk sleep right now. Leave me the fuck alone.
Okay. Anyways, if you guys ever have anything that you guys have questions, stories, want advice, literally anything, message us and we would love to talk about them on a podcast. Thank you so much for listening and we will see you next time.